Tonight, on the midnight signal, a phrase echoes through modern politics like a ghost that refuses to die. A Christian nation. But was it ever true? Or is it something we invented to feel certain in uncertain times? The rise of Christian nationalism within the modern far-right movement has revived this idea with urgency, with conviction, with a sense of reclamation. But history doesn't always cooperate with belief. Let's begin at the foundation. The First Amendment, 5 simple freedoms, religion among them, not to establish it, but to prevent its establishment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Not a Christian law, not a religious law, a boundary, a line in the sand. Then there's the Treaty of Tripoli, 1787, ratified unanimously, signed into law. Article 11 states clearly, directly, the government of the United States of America is not, in any sense, founded on the Christian religion. No metaphor, no hidden meaning, just a statement of fact. So where does the myth begin? We go back further. Before the United States existed, before the Constitution, before the myth had a name, the land we now call America was a patchwork of colonies. Different people, different beliefs, different intentions. Some came for profit, some came for survival, and some came for control. The Puritans, often remembered as seekers of religious freedom, but what they built wasn't freedom as we understand it today. It was strict, rigid, a society governed by a version of Christianity that demanded conformity, punished dissent, and blurred the line between faith and authority. This wasn't modern Christianity. It wasn't pluralistic. It wasn't secular friendly. It was something sharper, narrower, more absolute. And importantly, it was never the blueprint for the nation that would come later. Because when the United States was formed, the founders had seen what happens when religion and government become indistinguishable. They chose something different, not anti-religion, but intentionally non-religious, a secular framework designed to hold many beliefs without enforcing any. And yet, centuries later, the idea persists that America was and should be a Christian nation. But maybe that idea says less about the past and more about the present, about identity about power, about the human need to anchor ourselves to something unchanging, even if history itself refuses to stay still. So the question remains, not what we've been told, but what the record shows, and whether we're willing to listen. This has been the Midnight Signal.